Welcome to the Bachelor Party B-Side. I'm Juliet Litman. 2 guests today. Liz Kelly, back for her second B-Side. Hi, Liz.
Hello, Juliet.
How was the response to your first appearance?
My mom loved it.
Oh, good.
She freaked out.
Is that true?
Yeah, she loves it. She's the only one who wants to watch this season with me, so she's the only one who knows what's going on.
That other voice you heard was the one and only podfather, Bill Simmons.
I just
Bill.
got dragged into this.
Yeah.
You wrote me in. You said, hey, come in, check out the new studio. And then all of a sudden I'm on the podcast.
That's what you do.
I know what you're up to.
I learned from the best.
I know what you're up to.
Bill, do you like this season?
No.
Why not?
No.
What's wrong with it?
I don't want to. This is Liz's guest spot. I just want to chime in as the third man.
Okay, Liz, why don't you like this season?
I tried being diplomatic last week when you asked me if this was a boring season.
Sure.
And I feel like I need to be less boring this time, less diplomatic. Becca straight up is not giving us a good season.
Oh, wow.
And I am struggling watching this season. All my friends have stopped watching, which is why I need to go to my mom's house and watch with her because she's the last one standing. No one wants to watch.
I don't think that's completely fair. So what's your take on Jordan? Because he's popular with the Ringer staff.
Can I pick pile on her take just there?
Yeah, of course.
Becca's a dud.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dud. I'm sure she's an awesome person and a great daughter, and
Yeah.
she'll make an awesome wife. She just shouldn't be on a reality TV show picking 28 guys.
Her issue, she's too normal.
She's
Exactly.
too normal. She sees through all the bullshit. There's no theatrics. There's no drama. She doesn't have a wild side.
Right.
There's just nothing going on.
And she doesn't even do anything fun on social media. She hasn't done a single sponsored post since her fame, which is nuts because she almost has 1 million followers.
So you want her to be more shallow and get the Fab Fit Fun box.
That's the whole point. You're the Bachelorette.
She should be enjoying this time more. She's not having any fun with it.
That is true. I don't know that she has fun except for with Garrett, who she
know.
cannot keep her hands off of. Garrett
Is Garrett he did the Instagram post?
Yes,
Yeah.
Garrett's the Kevin McHale of the Bachelorette.
Can we ask Liz as our proxy for what would it be like to be the young Bachelorette on this show?
Sure.
If you picked Garrett, but then found out he had these Instagram posts, instant deal breaker, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't even try to fake it for the after the rose show. He's already gone.
Yeah, that's what I was so.
If she picks him, how is he not already gone?
I think she does pick him.
Did you see her response?
She does
to that?
pick him?
Well,
Yeah.
it's the only. I don't know for sure, but first of all, she's so into him. She looked like she was having a great time on their date with what do they do in Utah again? With the Glow women. I can't remember.
Bobsledding.
Oh yeah, bobsledding.
Yeah.
Not great.
I couldn't even remember. She was having a great time bobsledding with Garrett. I think that if she didn't choose him, she wouldn't defend him. She was like, watch everything play out. That was basically her response.
Which he's not that much of a. What did he do? What were his sins?
He liked some Instagram posts that aligned with the kind of far right agenda of no immigration.
Yeah.
I think also there was one that was making fun of a trans person.
Ooh.
I will say Garrett didn't look that comfortable with a couple who also met bobsledding together.
I agree. Did you see his smile when he was like, and then we got married? And he was like,
Yeah, he
his
kind of
eyes bulged
it
up.
washed over him that he was like, oh, lesbians.
Exactly.
Like he had never met them before or
I
something.
knew it. Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
So not a catch.
No.
So Becca just has bad taste in dudes.
I think that Becca...
She's 0 for 2 in my opinion because you know how I felt about Ari.
Here's my thing about Becca. I think she might be thinking like a dude, which is she's just like, I'm so attracted to you and that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And because she really when she talks about Garrett, she's talking about how she has butterflies, how she can't keep her hands off him, how he's just so cute. So she just wants to bone him.
Here's how we know she's a bad Bachelorette. Name 3 traits of Becca, Liz. You're telling your mom Becca's your roommate that you met. You moved to LA and you've lived with Becca for a month. And you're like, here's what she's like. What would you say?
She is.
This is the problem with Becca right here. You can't come up with one thing.
She giggles a lot. She's like, she always wants to laugh, but I think that's to fill the awkward silence that she feels because she can't fill a conversation. And she is. She lives in Minnesota. She's a Midwesterner. That's
Midwest. So good, wholesome, nice person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's not who should be the Bachelorette. You know who should be the Bachelorette? Who is the one that couldn't resist and just hooked up with Nick?
Corinne.
Not even. Not Corinne. Caitlin.
She was the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And she broke the show. That's why she was the best Bachelorette ever.
The best one ever.
Yeah.
Her and
she
Sean
couldn't
Booth.
resist. She drank a bottle of wine with Nick, and they just went back to the room, and they couldn't help themselves.
It was excellent.
That was the best season.
Yeah. It was excellent.
Becca would never do that.
No, absolutely not. She wouldn't break the rules. I think the biggest red flag about Becca so far is this week, John Blanc was like, she said everything, but was there for the wrong reason. He's like, I think I'm falling in love with you. And then as soon as she was like, sorry, I don't feel that way, he took it back, right? And then she got really upset. And if you're walking him out, like, just let it go. What's the use of wasting the energy on him of like being mad? You've already voted him out, so he's gone.
Right.
I don't understand why she even.
I understand why.
Why?
Damaged goods. Ari damaged her.
If you could be damaged by Ari,
Ari dented her confidence.
I don't know. I even feel like in Ari season she wasn't that exciting, but compared to everyone else, she wasn't like into taxidermy, and she wasn't Lauren, who's like you said, a corpse on Slack. She felt like a good option at the time, and now that she's in the spotlight, it's just a huge mistake.
The big winner of the season is Lauren, because everyone's like, "Oh my God, Lauren, she's so boring." And it's like she's not any more boring than Becca.
Yeah, Ari just like
boring, attractive women, basically. Mm-hmm. So if you're a boring, attractive woman out there, Ari's your man.
What would make for a good Bachelorette season at this point in 2018, given social media?
This is the same conversation we had about your issue with episode 1 of The Affair, or one of our favorite shows on Showtime.
Absolutely.
What did you say was the key to success for The Affair?
Ill-advised sex. That's the whole show.
Yeah.
That's what it was based on.
We shouldn't do this.
But we're going to anyway, and we're going to do it every episode.
There are ramifications. Yeah. Wait, let's not do this ever again. Oh, we couldn't help it. That's what makes The Bachelorette work.
Yeah. The season isn't even that steamy. Like, at least JoJo's season, which I loved, she was hooking up with everybody. Like, her and Luke were
true.
Basically having sex on a bench during her season. Becca, there's not even that. It's not even fun to watch.
It's not even that she's like a prude, because she might not be. I bet she's actually not. Mm-hmm. But it's like she's following the rules. And they need to change the show so there's more sex, basically. Or at least more like sexual chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
How about this idea? Don't have a Bachelorette whose entire life just got destroyed like 3 months ago.
I know.
And who was just humiliated on live television and doesn't trust anybody anymore, much less men. And now you're like, hey, all right, we're going to put more cameras on you. Pick your husband. Like, of course this was going to be bad.
I thought it was going to be a problem too. Like, just definitely too soon. Way too soon.
Way too soon.
Yeah.
Like 2 years might have been too soon.
Do you think it's possible to cast 25 guys though, that like at least half of whom you could be like, yeah, I could see dating that guy? Because I think I could only imagine dating 1.5 of these dudes.
That's true.
Max.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can get 25 seriously eligible bachelors to sign up to compete against each other in season 14 of The Bachelorette and season 22 of The Bachelor. Like, I just don't know if you can actually cast for this anymore.
How old is she?
She's 27.
So at least I would say that's the right age for The Bachelorette.
Sure.
Knowing nothing. I think it needs to be somewhere late 20s-ish. Mm-hmm. You've done a couple laps around the track. You've dated some guys. You know what you like and you don't like. You're not in that. Who was that one who was the one in her mid-30s on Paradise who kept
Claire
coming
Crawley.
back? You're not in the Claire Crawley zone yet.
She was on Winter Games. And
she did great.
It's sad.
She got engaged to on the Winter Games after show.
Oh, I'm sure it'll last.
They broke up already.
Oh, what are the odds? I can't believe it.
I know, it's so hard to believe. I think that brings up a good point. Age-wise, Becca's 27. I think they should have put an age floor on the guys of 31, 30.
Yeah.
And she's got like some 24-year-olds. That's ridiculous. 24-year-old guy can't be on a dating show and taken seriously.
Who's the youngest one?
David is with the black eye because he fell off the bed when he was obviously wasted. Do you know
that? That was bad. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, everyone who went to college knew one person who fell out of a bunk bed.
One of my best friends
were very happy it didn't happen to them. I think Liz would be a great bachelorette because everyone would have to be 6'1" or taller.
Yeah, that I would have to
But they would put like 3 5'9" guys in there just to torment you, like really good looking ones where you would. It would be a deal breaker anyway, but you'd keep them around.
I would. Well, would I have to keep them around?
Yeah, that would be a producer's pick.
Oh, see, that would be hard.
Should have to keep picking the 5'6" handsome guy.
Just for like to see Liz awkwardly walk down the street with him to see how she handled it. It'd be like Ryan and Marissa on the OC, which Liz has never seen. But Marissa always wore flats, and they always put Ryan in like risers.
And shot him like cameras.
Well, all of our group dates, all of our one-on-ones would have to be seating activities because there is no way I'm doing anything.
Yeah, walking, dancing.
Yeah, no hot tub. I would have a lot of rules that they probably wouldn't make me.
That's actually another problem with this season. I don't think we've had a single hot tub yet.
True.
And they've kind of cut back on the gratuitous like bikini and shirtless shots.
That was my next question for you. Is that an outcome of the sexual politics that have entered our country in the last year?
Also, yes.
Did they deliberately tone the show back and go with boring Becca, knowing that they wouldn't have like a hot water season? If so, maybe not a dumb move.
Yeah, I think also they had to respond to the Paradise situation.
Yeah.
Where it was a situation.
We got a situation.
It's definitely a situation.
And so they have less alcohol available to them in general on the show. Actually, I don't know if I've seen people having liquor. I think it's mostly been wine and beer and champagne. I'm sure they are drinking liquor.
Like not as many shots.
But yeah, I think they have the 2 drink an hour rule, which affects guys more than women. But
then you compare it to Jersey Shore, where the family vacation,
incredible television,
like such a better show than The Bachelor.
Good.
With Angelina came back and
she pooped her pants
in the cab. And then the cab was still going for another 10 minutes. And JWoww's throwing up outside the window. I'm like, this is great television.
That's probably not even in my top 5 moments from this season.
And then Angelina's going, I think the guys think less of me because I pooped in the cab. Like, yeah, actually, you're right.
So does America.
Guess what? That's what happens. You're a cab pooper.
Her face is just. I would not pick her out of a lineup. I wouldn't be like, oh, there's Angelina. Also, one thing that Jersey Shore has that probably every reality show should have is the strip club. And one thing that's great about it is that the men and women alike flourish there. They all feel so comfortable.
The women are very comfortable.
JWoww has never been happier than at the strip club.
This is where Liz tells us she's never seen the Jersey Shore.
I have seen the original. I haven't seen the reboot that came out.
It's unbelievable television.
It's so much better than The Bachelorette.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't it, not sad, but isn't it weird watching the characters who now are mothers? Like, are they still going crazy?
You would think.
Yeah.
But you'd be wrong.
It's not?
Because it's not the case at all.
Also, they took a break to go home and see their kids.
Yes.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay,
right after Snooki had, I think, thrown up on everyone in the house. She's like, all right, I'm going to go be a mom now. I'll see you guys later.
Snooki and Ronnie stayed up all night and then started drinking again. And then she was like, okay, time for a break.
There's probably some illicit substances, right?
Yes.
It's impossible to stay up all night and keep going unless
they're my age. They're all 32.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonight, someone was like, oh, do you want to come by this bar? And I was like, if I can make it to 9 p.m., maybe. So there's no way. I would venture to guess either Adderall or cocaine. But
the funniest thing with the Jersey Shore is the Situation, whose nickname was The Situation because he's always in a situation, now no longer drinks.
So he's
at these bars. He's like, it's going to be a situation. I'll have a Shirley Temple.
Also, he's their designated driver, so they call him the designation.
Oh my God!
Incredible. And they say, and he lost his abs because he's like, it's just a whole new lifestyle.
You guys, this sounds sad.
No,
this sounds
really sad. It's not sad. He's fine with it. And he says the situation's under construction.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing and makes me think that maybe they should bring back like Bob Guinea and Trista and Ryan.
Yeah.
And Ed, the alcoholic.
Well, so we saw this with the challenge too, right?
Yes.
Brad came back, who was recently divorced.
Did he ever?
And immediately went after, shall we say, one of the more available females in the house.
Yes.
Understood.
Her name's Brittany.
They just mauled each other the entire season. And she was at least 15 years younger than him. It was great television.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but Brittany got into a car accident after the show.
Oh, no.
And she's fine. But I think the kids were in the car. Brad's kids with his ex, Tori, who he met on the show. And Tori was obviously very not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Social media brawl.
Yeah, not great. The whole thing is tough to watch. It's very tough.
The key for these shows, ill-advised sex, people who don't give a shit, or people who are coming back from some sort of moment, like getting divorced. Mm-hmm. What the moment Becca had is not a moment you want to put on a reality show after.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her. Yeah. I don't want her feelings to get hurt. Maybe that's what they're going for here.
She obviously said yes, though. She seems like, it's not like she was like forced into it. I think she's having a good time wearing all of her metallics.
I don't think the guys are like out of control into her either.
I agree. I mean, I think Garrett is, and I think Blake is, but maybe that's like me projecting like my love for Blake and he loves her. But I think you're right.
We're going to introduce you to Blake. I'm positive. We're going to make it happen.
Well,
Yeah,
right?
who are you putting your stealth hooks out for this week?
Oh, Blake again. I'll do it every time I come back.
Blake is the only one who's worthwhile.
Yeah, there were some Ben Higgins fishing lines thrown the last time for Liz there.
That's
I felt
true.
like
They're still out there. Well, in case you're listening.
And Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ben is traveling so much. There's actually a lot of other drama happening in Bachelor Nation, which I want to talk about after we talk about this week's sponsors.
Oh.
Support for today's show comes from HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers your favorite step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can just cook, eat, and enjoy. You choose from 3 plans: classic, veggie, and family. Each box is delivered right to your door in recyclable, insulated packaging made up of fresh, responsibly obtained ingredients from carefully selected farms and high-rated, trusted sources. Plus, with the simple recipes outlined on pictured, step-by-step instruction cards, you can feel confident in your cooking. There are even lots of one-pot recipes that require minimal cleanup, so you can spend less time meal planning and grocery shopping each week and get that time back to do more of what you love. I got HelloFresh, and it made it so easy. I got home from work, and I had all the ingredients waiting for me. I made some great chicken dishes. The produce was super fresh. It was all fantastic. I highly recommend it. For $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com/Bachelor30 and enter the code Bachelor30. Again, that's HelloFresh.com/Bachelor30 with offer code Bachelor30 for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. Today's episode is also sponsored by Ring. Ring first made a splash when they were on Shark Tank a few years ago. The concept is genius. If someone rings your doorbell and you aren't home or don't want to answer, you can respond to the person using just your smartphone, adding a level of both security and convenience. Today, over 1 million people are using the Ring video doorbell. And now, Ring has a great new product called Ring Floodlight Cam. Just like Ring's amazing doorbell, Floodlight Cam is a motion-activated camera and floodlight with HD video and a two-way audio. That lets you know the moment anyone steps onto your property. You can see and speak to visitors or even set off a built-in alarm right from your phone. Simply put, with Ring, you're always home. I just got Ring, and it's fantastic. I know when all my Amazon packages are being delivered. I know when my HelloFresh is arriving at my doorstep. Couldn't be happier. And you, as a listener, you can save up to $150 off a Ring security kit when you go to ring.com/Bachelor. Up to $150 off. Again, that's ring.com/Bachelor. All right, let's talk about the drama with friend of the Ringer, hoping to have her come back soon, Becca Martinez. Becca was in the girl gang and appeared in the episode, I think it was 2 or 3. It was 3, I think, with Tia. And Tia, it came in Colton, had a relationship before the show. It was like barely a relationship.
Before the show?
Yes. But what happened was...
You're acting like they don't still have a relationship.
Well, okay, I'm just giving the timeline that was provided to us. Okay. And so, reminder, Colton's a virgin, so presumably they haven't had sex, which is just weird. And
I never believe that when the guy says that.
What's the point of a 26-year-old attractive man lying about being a virgin?
He just is saying basically, I'm a challenge.
It's on you.
It's going to be hard to get me, but we'll see if you can do it. We'll see if you can be the one. He's planting the seed.
You need to make it work. So Colton thinks Tia's going to be the Bachelorette, applies for the show, ends up being Laura or Becca, breaks up with Tia or whatever, goes on hiatus. Tia has to tell Becca on the episode that she knows Colton. They had a thing. It's over though. And then Paradise is filming right now. And last week, Becca tweeted out picture. Like, I don't even know how she got them. I assume Becca tweeted out pictures of Tia and Colton, like presumably on a date. I think in Paradise. It looked like Sayulita, Mexico.
She was sitting on his lap. I saw it.
Their outfits look like they're in Paradise. It's very summery.
Yes.
There's like tons of torts around in this picture. Also, they look very cute together. I will give them that.
So one thing Lauren Zima, friend of the podcast from Entertainment Tonight, said is that Tia and I think also Raven are much more religious than was gotten into on the show. And so is Colton. It's one of the reasons why. Yeah.
They feel like Netflix horror movie characters where they become friends, but then they suck you into something that's in the Ouija board in the attic. Kind of just I don't know. I mean, you're not with me on this?
No, I just, horror movies, I get
Tia
scared.
be like, hey, let's do the Ouija board at my house tonight?
Yeah.
And then things get super weird and she's talking to her dead grandmother?
Yeah, well.
That's what I'd be afraid of. Kai's with me. She's laughing. She gets it. She's seen those movies.
I just think that Tia makes me actually more concerned about Becca or Bachelorette than Tia or Becca, because Becca was so in on like her girl gang of Kendall and Bekah and Tia and the one Jacqueline or something, whatever her name was. And like, do you have bad judgment in people? Like, you're attracted to all the wrong people. Like Tia, not trustworthy. Ari wasn't into you. Garrett is right winger. So like, I don't know. I'm concerned about Becca, and I'm like fine on Tia, and obviously still on Team Bekah.
I have a great theory in this, but I want to hear Liz's take first.
I was going to say, it feels like, so the conflict really is between Raven and Bekah, and not Tia and anybody else.
So Tia's the proxy.
That's only because Tia's in paradise, though, is my personal opinion.
But I feel like Raven would have inserted herself either way into this conversation. And I feel like Raven has more backup in the Bachelor world than Bekah does, because Raven had like everyone from her season, all her fellow contestants. It feels like she's always Instagramming them. She's always with them. Like they go out all the time. They seem to have a really good relationship. Becca, it feels like she has CN, and then she has Kendall. Yeah, and those are the two people in her
really
court.
Impressive job by Liz right now, just rattling off.
Liz is a core part of Bachelor
Kevin
Nation.
O'Connor, rip off NBA draft prospects. Here's my theory. I agree with everything Liz said. I think when you join The Bachelor and you make friends with all these people, it's like your freshman year in college, when all the girls on the same floor become best friends and they take the big group pictures of like the 12 of them. But then after a couple months, they all start splitting off, and there's these little groups of 3 and 4, and they all hate each other, but then they still take the group pictures.
How do you know about this, Bill? This like it doesn't scroll that far back on my Facebook where you see those exact photos, and I'm Facebook friends with both of you. So
I was fascinated by the girl dynamics in college, and we were friends with this group of like 13 girls. And they all hated each other except for like and I was like, this is really interesting. But they'll dress up for Halloween all together, and they'll wear the same outfits, and it's like, and then you guys will go in corners and you'll just bash the other. And I think that's what happens in The Bachelor.
I think that's right. It's like freshman year of college and then freshman year of life, like your first year after school. Yeah. When you're like just desperate for friends.
You can't pick your friends.
Yeah.
This is hitting too close to home. I don't like this conversation. This is like still me. I can't.
It's not even a me thing. It's just like you end up with these best friends because they're in the room next to you. That's the reason. Exactly. There's no other reason. So in The Bachelor, it's like, Tia's my best friend. She's on The Bachelor, and so am I. And we drank wine until 3 a.m.
And we had access to no other people and no cell phones and the internet and television. Right. Not even allowed to read.
And then I think they leave that cocoon and they go, Tia's annoying. I can't believe I spent that much time with her. And then they turn on each other. I think it's like college.
I think it's also like NBA rookies. We're like, you come into the league together and you're like, yes, we're all friends. It's great.
We're bonded.
And then one person signs an early extension, makes a ton of money. And the other one's like, well, I should get that much money too.
Fuck that guy.
I deserve more. And everyone wants like their own team or whatever. Yeah. And so you start out like you're just desperate for the confirmation and the validation of the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Well, we are at the point now where we all have to pick a side.
Oh, wow. I'm on Team Bekah.
So I am as well.
Oh, shoot. Well, I am too, but
she calls it like it is.
Although I'm going to play devil's advocate. I do not like Colton, and I feel like I'm going to choose.
I don't like Colton either.
Team women in this, because Colton is ultimately the problem. He's such a weird, like, to ask Allie Reichman out, like, on a video publicly trying to get her attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure he slid into Tia's DMs to originally ask her out. Okay. So it's like, I don't like this guy.
I agree with you. Actually, of the 4 people in question, Bekah, Becca, 5. Bekah, Becca, Tia, Raven, and Colton. Yeah. Who's the biggest attention whore?
Colton,
yeah.
Wow.
But Tia's number 2.
I think Tia's number 2. Bekah is up there. Let's be real.
Bekah's getting paid.
You got
she's an Instagram model.
Yes. Bekah is not like she's not like, oh, I don't want your money. She's really, really into it.
She owns it.
Yeah.
She's like, pay me to be an attention whore.
Yeah.
Send me a check.
Yeah, she also knows that her time to make money is limited. So
I was gonna say she's a hustler. This is what I need more from Becca, the Bachelorette. Is she needs that. Like I appreciate the girls like Ashley and Jared and people like that.
We'll talk with them in a second.
Who just hustle for it and like really go all out. You can't half-ass like a SponCon life. You have to fully embrace it.
The SponCon life is a great name for a memoir of a reality TV star.
I like the hustler theory.
I like it too.
I feel like Caitlyn was like that. She was a hustler.
She still is. Yeah.
She and Sean also were very early to Instagram. I mean, to Snapchat. Like she accidentally revealed her choice on Snapchat before the end of the show. But I don't think that was an accident because
who'd she pick? I can't remember.
Sean Booth. Ryan Schnozling. One of your
Ryan Schnozling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's one of my best nicknames.
Bill came up with that.
Ryan Schnozling. Jacoby was so jealous of that.
I mean, it's really good.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh I like that guy though.
Yeah, he was good.
And the hustling paid for a very nice house in Tennessee, Nashville, wherever they live.
I am actually curious about how she's able to stay in this country. She's Canadian and they're not married yet. I have questions about her visa, but that's kind of besides the point. You brought up Ashley and Jared, which we have to discuss. So Ashley and Jared, they put out a 45-minute video about how they're finally together. I was like, okay, 45 minutes, 40 too long, but sure, I'm happy for you guys. That's cool. Then Jared, like I've met him a few times, as I've discussed. Great guy. He's been to my home, Bill. Great, really nice Boston man. He's a bartender at the Belmont in La Cienega, if anyone wants to go. Actually, I feel like your wife would love Jared, like as a friend. Not like it's just like a great guy. She'd be like, who can I set you up with? But he has a girlfriend. Well, and only to have a girlfriend. They go to Paradise. They make an appearance. You know, they always bring out the alums. Good move. They get freaking engaged. I don't know why. They've been together.
Is this the first time you've talked about this?
Them getting engaged, yes.
There's such a track record of him just not being attracted to her and being grossed out by her and being turned off by her and overpowered.
She lost her virginity and then he was interested.
Everybody loves a
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was a virgin and then she dated Kevin, who she met on Bachelor Winter Games. They had sex. And then Jared got jealous and they started dating like right after that.
Oh, so he got jealous.
Yes. They were like best friends. She like last time she came on the show, I was like, what's up with you and Jared? And she was like, we're just best friends. He's a great guy. I'm not in love with him anymore, but we're really close. That's that, I guess, mental stuff.
Who becomes best friends with somebody who's in love with them, who's the opposite sex? That's ludicrous.
Well, Jared's the people pleaser, I think. So.
This is my best friend. She's in love with me. She's sleeping over tonight.
I mean, a narcissist.
This won't be weird at all. It's a total narcissist move.
Yes.
Come on over and be in love with me for a couple hours. Let's watch a movie.
Well, Jared,
I'll turn you down.
Have you seen pictures of him recently?
Yes.
He has undergone the LA transformation. Like he arrived in LA. New haircut.
He's done something with his jaw. His jaw, every time I see a new photo, it's more and more chiseled and more pronounced.
He's got some background lighting that he's using for his Instagrams. He's probably got the Kim Kardashian Lumi case. He also changed his haircut. He got like actually some nice clothes. And now they're like a social media couple. But like,
I don't like it.
I don't either. There's no way they're
like
staying together.
Everyone loves this couple.
No, everyone loves a will they, won't they couple. This actually happened in real life and nobody's happy except for me.
I was happy for them.
You're happy. I like
Yeah,
this.
of course I'm happy for them. I mean, she recently Instagrammed something that says, I haven't cried in a long time, with a big smile on her face.
I mean,
how are you guys not happy for her?
Come on, Liz.
You guys are cold-blooded.
No, I was happy when they were dating. I was like, this is actually beautiful.
Yeah.
But engagement is just a bridge too far. Also, if you really care about your relationship, you keep it off TV. Like you're like, this is how we met and now we're opting out. Like Molly and Jason, they don't come around a lot. Ryan and Trista, they don't come around a lot. Only for like the big stuff.
I'm going to ruin this for you right now.
Oh no. Come on, be gentle.
Well, Liz is young. Sometimes she's got to learn.
Okay.
Would you bet your life on this not happening? That they've constructed this whole thing to get a TV special and get paid and whatever, and then they're going to quietly get the marriage annulled 6 weeks after? I'm saying, is this impossible?
Yes, it is impossible.
It's impossible. So you believe in love.
6 weeks?
I'm just saying, like, they're best friends. They hatch this up. Hey, oh my God, I'm so broke. I need money. Oh, I did too. Well, what if we pretended we're like the Ross and Rachel of real life and we fell in love and let's get a wedding and ABC will pay us and then we can just date whoever.
Okay, if this is happening, which I'm not saying that it is, it's not going to end after 6 weeks.
I'm not saying that it is either. I'm saying, would you be blown away, shocked, the most surprises you've ever been in your life if that was true?
No.
I guess not. No.
Okay, that's the problem.
I feel like they're going to have a baby.
Juliet's in on this theory. Conspiracy Bill is one again.
I think that you get to a point where like certain ideas infect your mind. And so she's probably not like, okay, let's like, I can like, they're probably not like, let's date now and have a televised wedding. but they're like, oh, we're dating now. Like, how do we parlay this? Because that's what their lives have become. It's like, how do I parlay my everyday into making money? It's like being a personality is our job. It's like one of the worst things about our current society that's possible.
But they're not going to stop.
Paris Hilton.
They're not going to stop at marriage. I mean, they're going to have a baby. I'm calling it now. She's after the wedding, of course.
Well, did you see their post with the Bachelor in Paradise babies?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's like what they're angling for.
Yeah.
Jared posted a picture of Jade and Tanner with their baby, who is not cute. And I love babies.
Oh, wow. Come on.
I love babies, but I think we should also be honest.
She's growing into that look. No, she's got cute hair.
Listen.
She's fine.
Non-cute babies always become cute.
I mean, she's got attractive parents, the baby, so that's good. Tanner's one of the more attractive men to have been on the show. Attainable hot.
I don't think parents know if their baby's not cute because we always thought Zoe was adorable. Now I look at the pictures and she kind of looked like a monkey.
No, she didn't.
The first 2 months.
No, she didn't.
Had a lot of hair. She had like her ears coming out.
Well, to be honest, babies don't get cute until 10 weeks?
They really don't.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you see a baby where you go, whoa. Handsome baby.
Yeah.
Well, in a shocking turn, have you seen Carly and Evan's
Evan,
baby?
yes.
That's a cute baby. Have you seen that?
They're the real love story of Bachelor Nation.
Carly and Evan, who are that?
Evan was the erectile dysfunction clinic owner.
The guy.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
And Carly was the one who got broken up with at the end of Paradise and had a meltdown.
Yeah.
In the episode before.
She was Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yes. And she was a cruise singer. And like one of her songs was, "It don't mean a thing until you got that ring." Right. And then she got, when she was like in a Paradise relationship, and then she got broken up with. Cruise singer is just incredible. Also, her brother was on Dez's season, and he was like crazy shirtless guy.
Yeah.
She also, her biggest claim to fame is that she missed her brother's wedding to be on Paradise.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, you wouldn't have done that to Joey Litman.
Never. Come on.
The ED guy, I do believe. I think he wore her down.
Oh, yeah.
I think she just wanted to be loved, and this guy really loved her, and he just, over time.
And it worked out. Now they have a happy family. The baby, and then like his 3 older sons.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe this Jared Ashley thing. It seems too perfectly constructed. We were friends. And then we fell in love. By the way, our wedding is going to be on Freeform on 8 p.m. on Wednesday night.
Would watch.
Is it Freeform? Where is it? YouTube?
Probably
YouTube
Freeform.
Red? Can the ringer bid on it?
That would be incredible.
Kai, you want to go to the Jared wedding? She's in. She's excited.
I wish them the best. I like them both very much, but this whole thing is too much. I guess if you're going to get a free Neil Lane ring, it's hard to say no, but this is just not putting a relationship on a good path.
Do you think Chris Harrison should be the next Bachelor?
No, I do not.
You wouldn't watch that?
No, absolutely not.
Chris Harrison and a bunch of cougars? Everyone's like 38 and over.
See, that would be fun. I wouldn't want to watch
Raising the age is a great idea. You got to get to an age of men and women where they're like so desperate to get married that they'll do anything.
It's a 6 episode. I wouldn't go 12. I would do a smaller cast.
Netflix special.
Find Chris Harrison a cougar wife.
I kind of like that.
I would guess
February ABC.
I would guess that Chris Harrison has an age ceiling, and I'm going to put it at 28. So I don't know if you would go for it.
I think you're right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What makes you think that? You don't know anything about Chris Harrison. Do you?
No, I just know men in LA, and I wouldn't be surprised. Just from
I agree.
Who he hangs out with and such.
Oh, it feels like a little inside dirt now.
I think that Chris Harrison has a great reputation.
You think he's been at the La Cienega bar getting free shots from Jared?
Maybe. He's a Valley guy. Come on. He's hanging out in
Jared, you know what you should do for extra money? You should pretend you're marrying Ashley.
I think
we'll sell the wedding.
I was going to say, she did an interview recently and they're saying who's going to officiate your wedding. And she says, I'm not going to tell, but it's going to be in the Bachelor family. It's got to be Chris Harrison, right? There's nobody else unless it's Nick Vial.
I bet I was going to guess Nick.
Could it be Chad, the drunk, angry aggro guy? What was that guy's name?
Chad.
Chad?
He ate meat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great one.
I have one more question.
Oh.
Jordan. What's going on with him?
Many of my thoughts I'll reserve for off mic.
Okay.
However.
Because I was going to say, not somebody I'd be afraid to leave with my drunk girlfriend.
Agreed.
If I was in my late 20s.
Yeah.
I feel
can
the
you
same
drive
way.
my drunk girlfriend home? I'd feel pretty good about it. Doesn't seem that interested in like hooking up.
We're through the looking glass with Jordan here at The Ringer, and somehow all of our colleagues really like him. And I'm just like, wait,
why?
Because I think he's funny and like, I don't know. One thing about reality TV that I have discussed before, so I feel fine saying now, is like it's kind of predicated on bullying. Like that people are always ganging up on each other, and I don't support that. But at the same time, like Jordan Jordan was cast to be.
He
in
welcomed
the role.
it though.
Yes.
He welcomes it.
He likes.
He's like, I'm above you guys.
I don't support bullying, but Jordan like wants to be having conflict, and that's why he acts as crazy as he does.
I guess I agree, but I think he's not even a good bully. He can't even come up with a comeback.
I'd say he's getting bullied.
Oh, do you think Jordan is getting bullied by other guys?
Yes.
I think you can't help it. The guy's such a jackass. What are you going to do? You're around all day.
And also he says like, my face, it has professionality behind it. Like that doesn't mean anything.
He's phenomenal. He's great TV.
He is good TV,
He'll
but
be
like
awesome on Paradise.
I know he's not as good at TV as we've seen in the past. I think Corinne is number one, like villain or like.
Did you ever watch Courtney Robertson?
Corinne was amazing.
No.
You got to go back and watch Ben Flajnik's season. Courtney was probably the best female villain they've had.
That's what I'm saying about Becca's season. There's not even a good villain. Yeah. I don't even want to watch Jordan get bullied.
The best male villain is Nick, and he's out of the rotation because Nick will have sex. That's why he's good. And on that note,
yeah. I don't see the Nick thing.
I don't either. I'm not attracted to him, but Caitlyn was. What? He's not. It's fine.
Not your type.
No, he's not for me. He's got a Ryan Reynolds situation to me.
That's generous.
Wait, before we leave, can we get Liz's top 3? Give me a call if this Bachelor show doesn't work out. List right now is Blake number 1.
No, Ben Higgins is number 1.
He's not on the show though.
Oh, you're saying this season?
Yeah.
Oh God, 3 out of that group. 3? You know who my mom loves is Leo.
I like Leo too.
What?
Leo with the hair?
Leo,
she made an off comment like at the end of the episode. I was like, the room went silent. Me and my sister were like, okay.
Leo from High Heel Homicide, shot in definitely the Valley.
High Heel Homicide, amazing. Coming to Ringer Films.
I'll get right on that. My number 1 is Blake. My number 2 is David. And my number 3 is Will's.
David broken nose guy?
Yeah.
Liz,
sweet.
David's we could get you in a room with David, I'm positive.
Let's make it happen.
Okay. We're on the case.
The biggest mistake I've ever made at the Ringer was not ordering coffee and having when Jake Gyllenhaal was doing the podcast so Liz could bring in the coffee. It would have been the most exciting 30 seconds in Ringer history.
I was giving you all the signs. I walked by your podcast studio
7 times.
Literally 7 times, making eye contact with you as much as I could.
That's like when I invited myself to the Michael B. Jordan podcast at Grantland.
Oh, that's right. You just wandered in. You really did. You're like, hi, I'm Juliet.
What would you do if I did that in that podcast? If I quietly entered and I sat down?
You brought coffee. You should have been like, Bill, here's the coffee. What would I have been? But like, I didn't want coffee. Like, I wouldn't have sold you out.
Would you not have?
No.
This is great, son. You got a lot of upcoming, like really exciting people.
Here's my advice to you, though.
Always bring in coffee if you want to get a feel.
You got to have your top 3 to 5 be well known so that Bill can't get mad at you for doing it.
Well, he knows my number 1. I've been talking to him about this now for months.
Who is it?
There's a lot of height arguments about Chalamet. There's been a lot of Googling.
Yeah, there has.
We're not sure how tall Chalamet is, and I was in the same room.
I'm
with
gonna
him
give him a generous 5'10".
It felt 5'9". It felt 5'9".
You guys, he is 6'1". Look
Definitely not.
No, look at side by side picture that him and Armie Hammer. I've argued with Bill about this.
Her big argument is Armie Hammer's 6'5", and he's not less
towering over him.
Kaya, you get a tiebreaker. How tall is Chalamet?
I haven't put a lot of research into this. But Liz's argument seems sound.
Thank you.
Oh, you're sucking up to Liz.
There's absolutely no way he's over 6 feet.
He is. Also, watch the movie. They walk side by side in sneakers.
I think he's wearing like 7-inch boots.
You also did see him in person, which helps your case a lot. But I'm waiting to see it with my own eyes.
I don't know if he weighed 120 pounds.
That's tough. I have scoliosis. I'll just go like this when he comes by the podcast. He'll be sitting down. I'll sit down.
Do you know there's a new movie with Chalamet coming out this summer? It's like going straight to
Chalamet's coming on the podcast. It's gonna happen. Yes. It's gonna happen.
So he's a great city kid, like me. He went to public high school in New York. I love it.
The funniest thing is when he's on the podcast, all the Ringer employees who are gonna randomly need things from Liz, who has the office next to mine, during the exact taping schedule.
Liz, are you intimidated by the fact that he dated Madonna's daughter?
No, you can't be.
Lords?
You can't think about things like that. That was in a past life of
negatives.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is Lords intimidating?
Well,
it's Madonna's daughter.
Who cares?
Madonna's daughter.
No.
Okay, I've also got Bill on my side, and he very famously loves Bill. So
True.
I've got to step
up. That is good. That's an asset.
Yeah.
So the same week you'll have Chalamet and Michael B. Jordan come back, huh?
Michael B. Jordan's gonna be November.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
On that wonderful news,
yeah, that's happening.
We will wrap this podcast. Thank you so much to Bill and to Liz. I'm incredibly happy, and I'll be back on Monday. thanks again to Ring. You may have first heard about them on Shark Tank a few years ago. The concept is genius. You don't have to be home to know what's happening outside of your door because Ring is a video doorbell. That way, I always know my packages are being delivered, and you can know what's happening outside your door too. As a listener, you can save up to $150 off a Ring security kit. All you have to do is go to ring.com/bachelor. Again, that's $150 off at ring.com/bachelor.